He's not going to be a face of the league, not because he doesn't want to be, not because he doesn't take care of his kids, because he's not that good on the court. He's not. Shea is severely outplaying him. You got guys who are great actors. You know, the Will Smiths and the Jamies and the Denzels, and that's what Anthony Edwards is. He's an all-league, all-world actor. But if you're a two-way guy, if you're that guy, you guard that guy. You say, no, Jalen, if you got to sit on the bench because he won't guard the right guy, you sit him down. I got him. He never does that. He never guards the best offensive player on the other team. He's an actor. You guys lied to me. You guys lied to me. And I have to call it out when you guys lie to me. You tell me things, and I believe it. And I'm a gullible guy because I was starting to believe. And it took me a while. I was probably the last one halfway on the wagon. And it comes down to, man, Anthony Edwards is not that guy, man. And he's young. And also I'll say he's not that guy yet. But he's not that guy. And they were forcing. You guys were forcing him. It was forced entry. You know, it's like, you know, I don't have to get too explicit, but you got a tiny hole and you got a big fucking wood thing and you're trying to get into it, and you see that when the train comes and they, you know, you know what I'm talking about, man. And you're just trying to force him down our throats. Pause. And he's not that. He's not going to be a face of the league, not because he doesn't want to be. Not because he doesn't take care of his kids, because he's not that good on the court. He's not. Shea is severely outplaying him. Yes, he can outplay, and God damn it, I'm glad we got here. Because you got guys who are great actors. You know, the Will Smiths and the Jamies and the fucking Denzels, and that's what Anthony Edwards is. He's an all-league, all-world actor. He guards, he talks shit to LeBron James, right? He's guarding LeBron James 40 feet up and down the court. Soon as the ball is checked in, he's guarding LeBron up and down. 41-year-old LeBron James, and he's talking shit. And the world says, oh my gosh, Anthony Edwards, two-way player. He's shutting down LeBron James. All while Luka is giving his teammate McDaniels 40, 38, 40 every game. You go to the shutting down KD and fucking whatever what's left for fucking Bill, the 40-year-old guy, and the other guy who's goddamn has one ankle left. And he's on this old guy. He's in the old folks' retirement home beating up old men, 80-year-old men. And we say, oh, goddamn, let's throw him in the MMA. You know what I'm saying? Because he's beating up all these old men. But as soon as he gets in front of somebody who is in his age range, he fucking shits the bed. And he's not only does he not look like a superstar, he doesn't look like a star at all. And then after the in the previous game, he's talking about, oh, I played well. What are you talking about? I didn't do anything wrong. You won for fucking 8. You got 5 or 6 turnovers. What are you talking about? You're making the right play. You're an actor. You're an actor. All right. I hate being fooled. I don't like to like guys who don't take care of their kids anyway. But then if I'm going to like you in spite of that, and then all of a sudden when I hop halfway on the train, you fucking flop like a floppy disk, like a soft penis, what am I supposed to do? Lay down.
No, I mean I agree. He's
fucking laid down.
I think though, like a lot of like team building and culture stuff is like that goes by the notion of how you do one thing, you do everything. And I think that Ant is showing us why that's a credo. Because I do think like the way he's conducted himself professionally off the court is sloppy. You know, you could say raise the kids, don't raise the kids. It's just sloppy. And it's unnecessary. And he's put himself in that spot. And I think that mirrors how he performs on the court as well. He's capable of some great stuff, but he's not capable of great stuff on command. He appears to be capable of great stuff when the circumstances are right to him. And that's not true greatness. That's not what this really is about. And until he figures that out, he's going to be underwhelming. And I think that, for me, I once you show me a pattern, I believe the pattern. And I believe the pattern that he's not what he thinks he is and what we've been led to believe. He's a really talented guy who's not mature enough or focused enough to be a killer. And that's his tombstone for me.
And please, for the life of me, stop telling me that this guy plays defense and he's a two-way player. Shea is out here. Shea got 24 points at the halftime. He is yet to guard Shea in this series. Shea is fucking destroying them. Don't tell me this guy plays defense and he won't guard the best player on the other team they're the same fucking build. It's not like he's fucking Wilt Chamberlain, 7'3", and he's not guarding him. He's a guard. Guard a guard. Guard the guard that's killing your team. Okay, Jalen McDaniels, okay, he's a defender, all right? Yes, and he's supposedly he's the best defender on your team. But if you're a two-way guy, if you're that guy, you guard that guy. You say, no, Jalen, if you got to sit his ass on the bench because he won't guard the right guy, you sit him down. I got him. He never does that. He never guards the best offensive player on the other team. He's an actor.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's disappointing. I wanted to see him be great, and it's just clear that he's falls short of a level of greatness.
God damn it! When Derrick Rose was fucking destroying Damon Jones and not Damon Jones, but fucking that might be him or whatever the point guard name was that they had at the time. LeBron is a small forward, power forward. He said, listen, go do what you got to do. Sit in the zone. Go to the bench. I got him. I got the 6-foot guard that's destroying us. And throughout history of the league, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, all of the greats, the guys that you tell me that Anthony Edwards is, they have done that time and time again. And time again, Anthony Edwards have not done that. Has not. He hypes up his matchup that he singly takes out, but that guy is not the best, and that's why he's fooling y'all. I got Kyrie, and I'm gonna shut Kyrie down. Watch me. Kyrie is not the guy. He's not the guy. He's the second, third guy. What are you talking about? But also,
you know what I think of though too is that like about a month and a half ago, the Timberwolves and the Thunder played. And I remember we discussed on the show, Edwards had some like weird, like kind of like almost like deferential comments
about Shea, right?
About Shea,
yeah.
And like again,
like he is the best.
That's the way that this is right now.
Oh damn, we should bring that back up. Yeah, we talked about
not guarding him, not saying get the fuck out of my way. I've got this guy. That's the thing.
I forgot about that because we talked about it on the show.
Yeah,
he was like, Shea is the coldest. It was something he said about the greatness of Shea.
Yeah, and I took objection to it because I'm like, this is not the mentality of a competitive guy.
Yeah,
competitive guy's not. And again, and I said it specifically, and it played out. This is not the attitude you want to take toward a guy that you're going to have to go through to get where your objective is.
And he damn sure had to go through him.
And he couldn't do it.
Yeah,
30 balled at halftime.
Now, and now the champ is saying blame the coach, and he disagrees. But he says he's been outplayed in the series, yes. But are we going to forget how they destroyed everyone on their way to the Western Conference Finals? Now, in no way or shape or form am I saying that Anthony Edwards is a bad player. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying he's not the guy that you guys want him to be, the face of the league, the best player in the league. I think there's enough information. Again, he's young. Can I be wrong? Of course I can be wrong. He'll be what, 24 by the time the next season starts. He's a young guy. But I believe we have enough information to determine that he won't be the face of the league, the best player in the league.
And I believe that not just what we're seeing on the court, what we're seeing off the court puts a low ceiling on what he can accomplish.
Right.
Like not being able to handle his shit off the court.
Plays a part in that.
Yeah.
Now, I didn't expect and this is going to be counterintuitive to the point I just made, and Champ. So I'm gonna give you a shout out here because neither Pink or I thought that this team was going to be good enough anyhow to win a championship this year. Now
we're talking about Minnesota.
Okay. I'm sorry, Minnesota Timberwolves. Yeah, we're on Minnesota now. So, I've never been a Julius Randle fan, but in this playoff run, aside from this series, of course, Julius Randle fucking balled. He did his part. So when you talk about the other series leading up to the Western Conference Finals, I mean, Julius Randle was all of them was immaculate. Rudy Gobert looked like fucking Wilt Chamberlain against the Lakers. Like all of them played very well leading up to the Western Conference Finals. But I think we also have enough information to know now that those teams were flawed. Now that doesn't take away from them getting there. They took care of business. They did what they had to do. But once Rudy Gobert goes from guarding or going up against a guy who's 6'7", 6'8", the guards and forwards to actually playing a guy his exact size, it looks different. Same thing goes for Shea. Same thing goes for Julius Randle was just bowing through guys.
Yeah.
Like on his way to the Western Conference Final, using his strength and his athleticism and all of that. But once he goes up against guys that has the same strength, the same athleticism, he looks different. You know what I mean? Lou Dort is he's an animal. Like Lou Dort is an animal. And they have a lot of animals over there. You know what I mean? And Julius Randle, he's an animal, but he can be tamed once he gets somebody his size where he can't just power through. You know what I mean?
Well, when you can hold up against Julius Randle at essentially the point of attack, just get overwhelmed by him, then he has to be a basketball player. Then he has to make decisions, and that's his weakness. He's a really good combination of strength, explosion, athleticism, got a lot there. But if you can match that, now you make him have to play basketball, and he's not good.
Yeah. I was watching Bill, and they were saying how if you make Julius have to dribble and make decisions, you winning.
Yep,
you winning.
Yep.
And that's as simple as that. I mean, and I believe it. I can see it. All right. So yeah, that's that. Now